Hey there guys, this is Wesonator88 here, and I'm back again with another episode of Fishing Plan. Now, I've been waiting for quite a bit of time. I know you guys have been waiting for me to do some more episodes. I finally got the spot event I've been waiting for. I actually been able to get into the Emerald Predator Hunt Amateur. As you can see, I'm level 15. The maximum level is level 15. So I'm between level 5 and level 15. So, for this contest, obviously it's at Emerald Lake. Obviously, the time for me is pretty late, so I've got to do this recording pretty late, as you know, guys. But the match is for 45 minutes, so this is a bit of a long one today, guys. So, obviously, it's scored by predator fish species. John, you can't use you can use a boat, but you can't catch anything from the boat. Fish only caught by the shore scores, and can only use a keep net, and has to be float tackle. So we've got to use a float rod. So it's either match or float rod. You don't have to keep the fish for the points. The one is determined by the score altogether of the predator. So this is the score. So if you get young, 3 points, 10 points, you know. So that's a point system. So we can catch a unique chain pickerel, we'll get quite a few points. Obviously, that's the weather condition. We're not going to worry about that. We've all got to know the minimum requirements. And the interest fee is 300. So I paid for it and I'm already in. So altogether we have 21. So obviously someone's given up, I guess, or unregistered. Hopefully it's not because they've gone over the level or they've forgotten. And obviously, this is what we could. One of these is what we could win. We could win some of this and Bitcoin. So we should do pretty well in this one, I'm hoping. Anyway, so my inventory today. Obviously, I've sorted out some extra bait, so I'm using small minnows. And obviously, predators prefer small minnows, as you can see here: bass, trout, salmon, pike, crappie, white bass, predator carp, and European eel. Now, obviously, when it says pike, it means all the pike family. So it's the pickerel and the pike, guys. So that's why I'm using minnows. So obviously, on my rod, I am using the Nero 10x10, so it's a bit more. It's got a bit more strength on the line. So obviously I'm using an 8-pound line because my reel can only take a max drag of 8.8. So I've literally got it as well as I can. I've got a chubby, so it's a high weight float. So not too heavy, but it's heavy enough. I'm using a titanium lead because just in case we do not want the chain pickerel or the pike to snap through my line, or at least the leaders. And I'm using a barbless 1/0 hook. So obviously I'm going to take some extra hooks with me and titanium leaders. I've got a few extras. So obviously we need to pay for our license, as we always do. And we're going to get straight into the location. Yeah, we can't use a rod stand during it neither, guys. So now I'm going to go over a quick few locations where you can fish for the pickerel before we actually get into the match itself. So I'm going to go just that location, the first spawn location, just to show where you can cast, and then we'll get straight into the match itself. I know quite a few of you are like, oh, but we already know. Well, I'm just going to quickly go over the basics, just in case, for anyone who hasn't fished here yet. And we load up, obviously we'll get all this information we don't need. Let me just zero that. So the location you can fish, let me just get my rod up now. You can fish around here. You can fish onto the other side of it as well. Yeah, I know it's started. I'm not going to start just yet. Or there is another location. You obviously can fish from the docks over into there. As you can see, we can just about reach. Or you can fish over into that spot around here, and you should get them a bit easy. Now, obviously, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rent a boat because I need to, because this is for my location. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over to this little spot. So hopefully, I shouldn't need to kayak myself out here if I choose the docks. I shouldn't. I'm hoping I don't have to. If I do, it's going to be a few minutes. I'm not going to be too worried about. But it's not something I'm going to 100% worry about. Like I say, now if you have a motorboat, or speedboat, bass boat, or even a kayak which is a bit faster than what I'm using, use it to this location. Which is just over here, as you can see. I'm just rowing to it. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I've got a strong enough rod to reach one of the locations, but I should for the other. I'm hoping. Let's just try and get myself up on the shore. So obviously you can, if you have got a strong enough rod, aim for over there, but it doesn't work because I'm not fully there. You can aim around here-ish, should be fine. Unfortunately I can't reach the one location I need to try and aim for. But the main one you'll see quite a lot of people usually go for is aim for over there, which is what I'll be doing. I'll be aiming for around here-ish because this is where we know I can get chain pickerel from. So let's hope if I do that, it's going to do that. You bugger. Oh well. We're going to have to deal with it. Enter the contest. So I'm going to have to now get on the kayak, row myself out there. I should have had myself in the water, then I could have just got myself out there, and it's fine. It might have just spawned me on the shore anyway, to be honest. Let's see, can I use the boat to get myself out there? Can I use my boat to get out there? Yes, I can. Good. Now, obviously, as you can see, it's 2 PM with rain, so it's not bad. I know the time is going down, but like I said, if we can get out here into the spot that we need, we'll be absolutely fine. We'll bring the fish in pretty nicely. As you can see on the side, it's showing what them 2 players have caught. There's a couple of pickerel here and there, so Snuggly Doodly, I'm guessing they're doing pretty well. And V1 ICU, you know, they've done pretty well considering what they've caught. Hopefully they're still fishing, but unfortunately I'm going to try and hopefully get enough fish to get myself up a bit higher. Now obviously, like I said, I'm doing the amateur because obviously I am at an amateur level. Hopefully I don't get taken out of the contest. I'm hoping I don't. But like I say, we're going to try and get some fish from over here. Right, let's see. And obviously I'm going to change my depth. I'm going to go for about 50. And like I say, I've got the distance, so we're going to cast it up to around here. It's going to land. We're going to clip the line. So all we have to do is just recast out. Now, the reason why we're coming out to over here is obviously because there's reeds. It's a bit rainy. The pike and pickerel should be around these places. Should be anyway. I think I'm a bit far out, but you never know, it might not be. And obviously it's moving, and obviously we've had a ping, as you may have heard. So it's an indication that it might be the fish we need right here. Now, obviously my drag's a bit up. It's not too far up, so it's just right. So we're able to bring this. We should be able to bring this in without too much of a fight. Now, as you know, because I'm using barbless hooks, I'm going to get a bit more experience and a bit more cash because obviously I'm not using a barbed hook. Obviously, we're not got something too strong. I'm hoping I ain't got anything too strong. I'm hoping I haven't got anything too strong. It's taken a bit of things, so as a guess, it could be just underneath a trophy. Like I say, if it's a unique, I'm going to be surprised. Obviously, I haven't got a hat, so obviously the rain's coming over me. So obviously, this is definitely a pickerel, grass pickerel from the looks of it, or by the looks of it, which is pretty good. Come on, you fish! Come on, you fish! And we got a good one. Trophy. I'm going to keep you. And I'm hoping I don't go over the limit where it turns around and goes, nope, you're now out because you've hit the limit. If it does, I'll be annoyed. But then again, this is a good test because I'm not seeing what happens when I hit the level limit anyway during a contest. If it kicks me, it kicks me. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm really hoping it doesn't kick me from being on this event. Please don't, because it's taken me ages to try and get into one. It literally has. I've spent a good 4 weeks trying to get into one of these events, and I just didn't want to get to the next level until I've gone to the event and shown you guys where you can fish. Now, they do say that once you've got a trophy or unique, change your location, because it can sometimes say, right, this is now reset on you getting a trophy or unique of that fish. From what I can tell, the other two who are on at the moment playing, they are fishing from the docks or from the bank. Obviously, as you guys can see, I'm fishing from a different location. to actually fish. Now, obviously, I can't catch any fish. I'm not allowed. Well, any fish I caught when I was on the boat wouldn't count because I'm not allowed to fish on the boat. So obviously that's why I'm fishing from where I'm at. And at the minute, it's taking a little bit of time, but I should get a few more bites. Now, obviously, I've casted a little bit too far to the side, which is basically my bad on that one. I'm hoping the fish will still be interested. If not, I'll reel in a little bit and see if I can get any of the fish. I think the minimum limit they say is about there. Got the ping, so the fish are interested. So yeah, there is always a little bit of a distance. Now this is definitely a young or something really weak. That is really weak because that's just coming in like anything. That's definitely a youngster. That's a chain. Awesome. Throw it out again. I'll bang on my spot. Like I say, it's a good idea to use your clip line. Obviously on PC it's C. Console I think it's L1 and R1. Or left bumper and right bumper to clip your lines. I think. Don't quote me, I can't remember. I ain't done on console in quite a while now, guys. But I'm pretty sure that's what the thing is to clip your line for floats. And obviously if you do feeders but obviously we're not using a feeder today. We're using a float for this contest. Obviously for Emerald Lake as not an amateur, it will be kind of difficult. If I was trying to go against other people who have better rods, I'd find it very difficult because they'll probably be using shiners or large minnows at this location. But they'll be bringing the fish constantly. Again, got another grass pickerel, 10 points. So usually I do use the aim to try and get myself in the right spot or location for where these fish are. I think I've got myself slightly snagged. Just reel it in a little bit. No, I didn't get snagged. It's just the way the depth was on the leader. Now, obviously, with minnows, shiners, and large minnows, your bobber will move around the water quite a bit because obviously it's a live bait. Just in case anyone's wondering why your bobber's moving around, it can usually be a good time when it's moving quite fast and stops. 5 seconds, the bobber will usually go down straight off the bat, which you may hear me go on about a few times, or I will do a count like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you'll literally just see the bobber go. It's the way I know that I've literally got a bite. It's easy with shiners, especially on St. Croix Lake. Here it's a bit more difficult, obviously with the small minnows, because obviously you can't always tell. But obviously we can't really see with the weather. But so far I've had, 3 fish in a row from this spot. So again, it's doing me pretty well. Again, the other people are probably, like I say, fishing from the docks or the embankment on the other side from where we started. So they're going to have a bit more tricky time. Now it depends what feed they're using as well. They could be using small minnows like I am, and they're probably not doing, I'm not going to say as well of a job. They're not able to get them fish in. They're getting more variety where I'm getting specific fish. And obviously I'm using a 1-0 hook, which means I shouldn't get any interest from the smaller fish. I shouldn't. Doesn't mean I wouldn't. But this is a known area for the chain picker on the pike on this map on Emerald Lake, guys. So do be careful when you come in here. And sometimes when you're fishing it, you do have to be even more careful because sometimes the fish will go, eh. Again, it might just be the fact I've got to just recast. Just hoping I get a ping it in a minute. Because if not, I'm just going to have to recast. But already within less than 10 minutes, I'm already halfway and catching up with the person in first place. As you know, I'm already in second, which is great, but I would prefer that first position because obviously I want them 10 bait coins more than anything else. Obviously, obviously I really want to try and get a load of bait coin before I go to something like St. Croix, because if I ain't getting an unlimited license at St. Croix, it's happy days. Now, then my luck, I'll probably have to wait till the St. Patrick's Day event comes out, which then means I can then get the fishing license for St. Croix, and obviously get a bigger home net and home storage, because obviously that is 300 bait coin for the home storage. And for some reason I'm not getting any bites, so if I don't get anything within 20 seconds, I'm going to reel back in and I'm going to cast back out to the same spot. I may have just brought it in a bit too close without realising it. It does happen. Give it a few more seconds. Yeah, I'm going to reel in. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes when you're reeling in you might get hit on the pike or even a pickerel. It can happen. I've known it to happen a few times. Not going to guarantee it will, but it can happen, because it's almost like it's been treated like a feeder. Not a feeder, spinner. So it can happen. Come on. Bite for me, fish. Bite for me. See, now the fish has taken notice. If I had the hat, you wouldn't see as much of the rain droplets over my eyes, because this is what's indicating that you're getting the rain coming over your face and into your eyes. So that's why you've seen a load of the water droplets on the screen, guys. I do apologise, but unfortunately, like I said, I haven't got the hat because I haven't done the grinding for the hat by fishing at night. I will try and do that at some point, and obviously I'll do a video for you guys as well, so you see exactly how much fish I can get during the night time. All I now need is this fish to actually take. Come on. Come on, I can see it. Come on, you're hitting the bobber. Come on, just take the fish. Just take it. If you don't, I'll reel in a little bit. See, now it's moving quite hectically now. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. No. Dang you, fish. Come on. Should have reeled in a bit more sooner. Come on. Stop teasing it. No, you're going to get snagged. Come on, out of that area. Come on. Come on, don't get yourself snagged in there, because I know what you're like. See, now this fish is really tempting them reeds. There we go. There we go. Now again, it's not a high or strong unique or trophy. It's probably going to be a grass pickerel, which is absolutely fine. Looks like it is as well. More grass pickerel. Keep that. Now, obviously, I'm keeping the fish because obviously I need to make a little bit of cash now while I'm playing. Especially coming to somewhere like this. You really do need to try and make sure you get the cash in. Obviously, I'm doing the full whack on the distance, and I should really be bringing this in after it's gone out. Put the fish literally after it already. So I'm not going to worry about bringing it in, because doing that could disrupt the fish from trying to take the bait at an early stage. Which is done. There we go. Come on. And no grass pickerel. The people probably explaining this, like, on it. How's it getting these in? Sorry, guys. But yeah, nice. Even though it says you can't use the boats, it means you just can't use the boats for actually fishing on, or to try and catch fish. They don't allow it, but they do allow you to use the boats to actually move from a spot to another spot, which is kind of nice. Now and again, you might go to a location where there are boats, but you literally can't use the boats because it's literally not even allowing the boats to spawn. I've noticed that more on console than PC. I haven't obviously checked on the PC yet, apart from this location. So, do be warned on that one. They've left, so either they've run out of time, which is what I'm thinking they have, or they've given up completely. But, you know, hats off to the person who's actually in first place at the minute. I'm sorry, but he might be in second. Not showing off or anything. But obviously I've got a bit of a way to catch up. Like I say, as you can see, I'm already now within the first quarter of an hour of it, 45 points. So even if I just get ones after the other within 5 minutes each, even just at 5 points, I'm gonna do pretty well. Come on, stop playing with it and just take the fish. Now, if you've got the shiners, you can use them if you want, but for this location, I just wouldn't recommend using shiners. The only place I'd recommend using shiners, especially when you're going for pike, is St. Croix. That's the only location. This one, I'd just say minnows, because if not, you're wasting too much bait for the fish you're going to catch. I would say if it's a sport event and you really are tight on needing to use shiners, because obviously you got them for free or you've spent a lot, you can do, but again, you just don't make much of a return for using shiners where you do as minnows, especially with Emerald Lake anyway. St. Croix, you'll make the most money from shiners than anything else. You can use small minnows, but it's a bit more of a grind to get the fish in. There we go. Again, I'm just getting the weaker type at the minute. And redfin. Sweet. Now, that's what I was going to say. You're going to jinx yourself by saying that you're going to try and get top spot. Possible. The only way I'd completely lose if somebody else actually comes in and actually starts fishing, and they get a lot of fish a lot quicker. Now, it could be one of two things. One, they've paid for DLC rods, and they're using bass boat to get to this location on their part. Or they're using, like I said, DLC rods, which are a lot high level, and they just bring the fish in constantly. Because usually when they get DLCs, they usually get higher level bait, which is a bit of a pain. Now, if you are fishing it, the highest hook I'd recommend using is maybe the 3-aught hook, because you can kind of get the bigger fish with them. It's not fully recommended, but that is probably one of the biggest I'd use at this location. Anything bigger, you probably won't really catch anything at all, to be honest, when it comes to the pickerels and the chain pickerel and the pikes. So just be warned. Like I say, I'm using the barbless 1-eye hook because it's just about balanced with the minnows and for getting the fish that I'm after. It's not going to guarantee me the biggest ones of them all. As you can see, I've only got one big one out the lot. I can't even go through that to show you what I would. But like I say, it's just a bit of a hit and miss. Come on. Stop teasing the fish. Just take the bait, pike or pickerel, whichever one's biting. Come on, the first part, my fish, I was getting... There we go, that's a good sized fish. Now this could either be a trophy or unique, depending on the type. Unless it's a pike, then geez. But if it's out of the pickerels, that's going to be at least almost a trophy. Not going to say full unique. That's definitely a pickerel. Again, like I said, I think it's a trophy, which it is. Nice fish. And so far, if I check my net, I've only made 500 plus that bit, so there's a bit extra. And as you can see, I'm not too far off from the top spot. That's it. I know I'm going to be in the top spot for this one. If I was to give you an estimate of how much you should be able to get fish-wise, I'd say maybe 120 on average for this location. Again, that's an average of what you can do. You might have one day where you're doing really well, you might have one day where you're doing really badly during the event. Don't get me wrong, these events can be a bit hit or miss. But again, as long as you're using the right bait, you got things set just right, you'll be bringing the fish in without too much of a problem. Obviously that's a grass pickerel. Bang. Alrighty, top spot. Whee! Right, let's try and get some extra fish, just to get me a little bit more of a lead, just in case we have someone coming in and literally be fishing it. But yeah, like I say, I think about an average of 120 is what you should be aiming for. In point wise, that is, guys, anyway. But yeah, like I say, this spot's just done me really well, as you can see. But yeah, hopefully this guys will help you out. Like I said, I'm going to keep on fishing here, and you're going to be able to see me fish this. Just wish I had the hat so I didn't get so wet. My character's going to be soaked when they get home. But yeah, as you may have seen through some of my videos, especially when it's the versions of me doing the missions, sometimes they can take quite a long time. That is like real fishing. Now the spot events, it's kind of a bit more sped up in a way. Don't get me wrong, even they can be a bit like normal fishing. You'll have hit or miss days, and depending on the event, they might say, right, without you knowing about it, the fish are after specific baits only. Now obviously with it being predator, there's only a few that can go for minnows, shiners and large minnows. Cut baits, you might be lucky just about, depending obviously on the location, but obviously with the fish we're after, shiners, minnows and large minnows. But you won't be using large minnows for this location. And I'm just hoping I can get some more fish to prove a point. Come on, fish, just take the bait. Is that going to go down? You were toying me there, weren't you? Yeah. Like I say, you've seen me do a few of the sport events. Obviously, I've had quite a few great highs, and then quite a load of lows. I'm just glad I'm able to do this fishing event, because I've been wanting to do this one before I actually had to start doing the others. And now I've done this sport event, I can actually now start doing my series again for you guys, because obviously I really wanted to get this one done. And I'm just glad I held in there just a bit longer for you to be able to enjoy it. And I'm saying, anyone who's starting off for Fishing Planet, please do the sport events. Even if you do a bad time at it, try for the sport events. You know, even if you do really badly, just getting that bit of experience in, catching the fish, or even doing these events, you may end up getting a bit further than what you'd expect. And like I say, if you do what I'm doing, again, it could be a hit or miss. If you're doing the Lesney Villa, you know, you've seen me use the baits and recommend. I only use a specific few, and then when I know that one's biting really well, I keep to it. If it's like Rocky Lake, depending on which one of the two sport events you do for it, again, it could be hit or miss. Sometimes they would go really well for the floats. They'll do really well on certain baits, or they will just go really well on the lures, depending on which sport event you do. Because there are two sport events for that one. It's either 1x1 or old buck. I can't remember what the difference is between them. I know one of them means you need to use insects or worms only. The other one, it's fine as long as you use a barbless tackle, which is either the hooks or the barbless lures. If it has barbless tackle, well, the term is barbless tackle, use lures because you'll do really well. I took the misfortune in not reading the information correctly, and I've got to take my lure with me, and I didn't do too well. I actually failed. Obviously, there wasn't a video out for that because I failed that badly. I was just there like, yeah. Hopefully, I'll get into one and then I can show you exactly half of it with, well, first 5 minutes with a float, how long it can take, and then I'll get onto a lure. Again, it could be a hit or miss. You know, they might take the lures for some people, it might not for others. So, if you ever do the lure one, or it's just barbless tackle, take a lure rod with you and a float rod with you. Or if you don't want to take the float rod, you can take the feeder rod with you and have feed on it because they might do a little bit better. If you're doing the one which is insects only or worms only, float or feeder rod, be absolutely fine. If it's consoles, I can tell you exactly where it is. Obviously, you guys have seen or may have seen that I have the PlayStation version of me doing some of the Fishing Planet for this location, well, for them events. And then you may see, obviously I've done quite a few PC versions, which obviously I'm doing right now. Again, there are going to be differences in the games from the console and PC. And again, consoles, I can tell you exactly where they're going to be. PCs are a little bit more difficult because they can be in some funny locations. Fish, I don't know. Now I'm hoping this doesn't kick me completely from the event. Even if I hit level 16. If it says you're now done and that's it, fine. If it goes you're out of the contest because you've gone over the level, I'm like, oh, you're kidding me. I hope it doesn't do that because if it does, I'm going to be really annoyed because I'll be like, great. But I want to at least get this one event. I just want to do well in it. Please. Even if it just counts the fish that I caught during that level, I'm absolutely happy with it. If it's after, like, great. Now, obviously, if I was using the normal 1.0 hook, I wouldn't get as much experience, which I could have done instead. You know, but that means I'd have to catch more fish for more experience. And I'd get a bit less cash, and I was like, well, so that's why I'm using the barbless. It's just so I get a bit more experience, guys, and a bit more cash because it's not hurting the fish as much as a normal barbed hook would, or a normal hook would, because the normal hooks are barbed. Surprisingly enough, I'm sorry I'm yawning. Like I say, it is a little bit late here for me to do this recording, so I do apologise on me yawning. But like I say, Fishing Planet's awesome, and if you get enough of fish done with just the standard hooks, and it looks like we have another person who started off pretty well with the sport event. Awesome. So I might have a bit of competition here. Might, not going to say I will, just say I might. Come on, fish, just take the bait. You know you want it. We know you want the bait. Now, if that person's got a DLC rod, they could probably fish in this location and the other location I said about. They'll probably fish one, go to the next, get a unique or trophy, go to the next location. So they'll be going back and forth. Obviously, for me, they're not on the same sort of location that I am, which is a bit weird, considering technically, for me, I'm the only one out of the other two people who are on, which is kind of weird. So, the other person's probably in their own little chat room area of the matches, but they are showing up at least at the minute. Come on, I've got 1 minute and 40 seconds to try and catch at least another fish to prove that the fact I'm still getting pretty well. No, I'm not. I've actually gone a bit better than I did in the first quarter of an hour. Come on. I want another fish. Come on. If I have real, I'm going to maybe get the pike or pickerel that I'm trying to bite it, and I can't tell because the rod's not there still. A few more seconds. Come on. It's moving back and forth pretty. I'm going to reel in just a little bit. Just see if that makes a little bit of a difference. Like I say, just reeling it in a little bit can sometimes help. Either that, you just have to recast. I'll soon find out if it helps because I should get a ping within 20 seconds. If I don't get a ping within 20 seconds, I'm going to reel fully back in. So that'll be... Well, I'll wait till it's got 10 seconds left before it's a reese. Come on. Come on, I need to hear that ping. Let me hear that ping. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No ping. I'm going to reel in fully. Now, I know a few people say, but you could have had a pike or a pickerel. Yes, it's very possible, and I could have scared it. I will admit. It's just that one's been toying with it too much. I'm not dealing with it. For me, it got too close to the reeds and the lilies. So I'm going to reel in just a little bit. So if there is a fish around there, it'll just knock it back in there pretty quickly anyway. Come on. So obviously the person in third place at the minute, they're probably doing exactly what I'm doing, considering how far up they are on it. And like I said, there's a pike or pickerel nearby, they're going to get back into the lily area, which just has. So I know we've got... Come on. There we go. Go on. Ah, you moved. Three, two, yeah. That wasn't a full submersion, but just enough. Again, this is pretty weak. Grass pickerel? Redfin pickerel, that's amazing. Just reeling in just a little bit. Come on. Actually, I'm aiming for that 120 mark. If I get the 120 on average, well, for me, if I get the 120, I know I'm on an average. Sometimes you might get about 160. You guys might be better than what I am at this at times. Everyone's a bit different. Your fishing can be hit or miss, and that's in real life as well as the game on this. So just to be warned, there'll be days you'll have a hit or miss situation when it comes to the fishing, whether that's the sport events or just the normal missions. You know, I have it. Dark Shadow Vamps has it, as you may see his channel in my description, or if not, there will be a link hopefully at the end of this video as well, guys. So go check him out. He'll have a couple of videos on the actual missions. So you want to see a few missions a bit ahead of time, you can do. I have got a bit of live play footage where I play with Dark Shadow Vamps, which is on the PlayStation playlist, which I do have. If I can sort it out, I'll make sure that's at the end of the recording, or you might see the little things pop up going, recording of this, recording of that. But yes, when I'm doing the PlayStation version of the game, I'm mostly with Dark Shadow Vamps for most of it. PC, I'm mostly by myself as a solo player. Obviously, you may see me in chats with some of the other people, speaking about things, or I'm helping them with some bits of advice. It's on the border of trophy. Not close enough, but close. And oh, right, we're going to keep that chain pickerel. Or if I go one more, this is where I'm like, I kind of want to say no till afterwards. But we're going to see how well I do. If it says you have to leave because you've reached your max level, I'll be like, no. So this is going to be interesting now. One more fish, we'll see what happens now. You know, do I get kicked because I hit the max level, or does it just go, you're out because you've ever done the level? If that's the case, I'm like, oh no. But if it keeps me in with that many points, I'm fine. As you can see, I'm near 120. at 110. So not going to complain. Even if this counts this fish, I'll be absolutely happy about it. I just hope it doesn't go, well, you've overgone your level now. That's it. It shouldn't. From what I remember, it doesn't. It's 120 points. Let's see what now happens, because I'm now level 16. So we've got some things unlocked in the shops, which I can get. So I might be able to go for that. Get some good lures. Feeder sinkers, okay. And no, it's not going to kick me from the event. Thank goodness. I don't think I did get kicked. I just now won't be able to take part in any of these events, sadly. But it's great news and bad news at the same time. Now, it's great news, I'm now reached my level 16. Bad news is I can't do the amateur of Emerald Lake, unfortunately. It's one of the events I love doing. It's like the Lesnar Villa, I love doing the amateurs that. I even love doing the Rocky Lake amateur levels. Now, luckily, I've still got another 2 levels to go through, so level 16, 17, and 18, technically 3. So when I've got past level 18, I can't do Rocky Lake amateur levels anymore. But that's then where I've got to try the other ones, which aren't going to be so easy, I don't think, for me. Mostly because I haven't really done them on amateur. And I've not really tried, to be honest with you. Obviously, Lesnar Villa, Rocky Lake, and Emerald Lake. If you're going to do them, do them. Mudwater, I'm a bit more of a hit or miss on that one because I don't really like Mudwater as a place to fish on the game. So, again, it's up to you guys if you want to try Mudwater. But as you've seen, I've done Lesnar Villa for the fish and sport events. I've done Rocky Lake for the fish and sport events, and I've now done the Emerald Lake for the fish and sport events. And I made quite a bit of profit just from doing the events and getting bait coin. Fine, it's not as much as I would have liked, because unfortunately not all the events have been able to be done because of either the timings or because there's never enough people on. And luckily today I've actually had enough people actually be on it and enter it to be able to do it. So thank you to every person actually who's actually entered that sport event for today, because that's made my day. It means I can get my other videos done for you guys to be able to enjoy and to be able to get on with the other missions yourself. Now obviously the next location I have to go to is Narran River. Not exactly a great place I like to fish, but there's 2 of missions there from straight off the bat, which are kind of pretty close to each other on what you have to do, which is kind of annoying. Let's just put it that way. So it's going to be more of a trick. Which one do I try and do first without having the other one completed? If not, I'd have to record both of them at the same time and go, right, this is this bit, this is this bit. Doing it and literally have it all done for you guys, and hopefully no one notices. Because on, you just caught what? You just caught this fish here? Yeah. Or I just put both together and then do the edit for each one as a short. It's not exactly one of the hardest or easiest to do, but it's kind of a catch-22. Right, come on, 7 minutes, come on. So as you can see, I've kind of got the points I need, really. I'm guessing the person who's in third at the minute, well, they may have left or given up, or they're having a bit of a hard, tricky time to actually get enough points in. So, if they ever watch the video, hopefully they'll see exactly where they've gone wrong, or maybe see where they can improve on, or maybe even a location that they may not have thought they can go to, considering it says your boats are prohibited to fish, but not prohibited to actually go fishing on. Well, fishing to get yourself to a location to fish from, I should say. Yeah, that's better wording. And my fish isn't getting a bite. You know what? I'm going to recast as soon as I've got time. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Just get in. Now, another thing to think about, guys, is sometimes the depth might be a bit off. Now, obviously, I've gone for 50 inches on my leader. Like I said, I don't know what the conversion is for that in the other metric terms or imperial terms, depending which one I've got. I don't know. Like I said, I've gone for 50 inches. Obviously, my leader puts a bit of extra length on. So, again, it's a bit of hit or miss on the length for your lines as well. I think I'm using a 50-inch leader on the titanium. I think, but I'm not 100% certain. I'll have to check after this. Like I said, I'll show you my rod setup again after this, just in case. But yeah, sometimes even the depth can make a slight difference. So if your fish aren't biting too quickly, maybe change the length of your leader, especially when it comes to floats. Now, obviously, people who don't realise this and their lines keep breaking, this is why my free rod set up the way I do. So it shows line, or in this case, leader, rod, and reel. Just down the right side of the screen, guys, just in case, just above the actual reel. If your line or leader goes all the way to the top and is in red and flashes, that's because your drag is set too high for that rod. So just always drag down, as you can see, that's dragging up, dragging down. So again, if it goes into the red and it's flashing, try and drag down quickly enough. If not, your line's going to break. I know a few people who start off playing the game, they've got their drag too high and it's going to snap. And obviously, it might not be that the fact you've had it set too high, it's the game, especially when it comes to beginners. Sometimes you can get a fish that's a bit too strong for your rod and it'll literally just snap the line. So you do have to be careful. So I usually test myself when I come to a location. Usually I have things pretty much set for that rod. Anything going over, I'll try and drag down quick enough. Sometimes it might snap. That's why you always bring extra line, leaders, line, and just in case hooks. So I'm hoping I'll get this fish in just before that timer goes off. I'm hoping. Come on, come on, bring it on. Come on, bring it to me. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yahoo! Now what we got? Nah, seems kind of a common one. Nowhere near a trophy. Okay, and yeah, I was right. Now I could have gone with a bit more on the length of the leader. It's again, I went for 50 because for me, I tested it as you guys saw. I could have had it at 60. I was like, it's probably a bit too long. It might be dragging on the bottom. Now just see, as that float's gone out at the back, it's slightly caught. So that's why I've reeled in. That's because the leader and action line's just long enough to hit the bottom. So obviously that's why I've got it at 54. So it gives it a bit of depth from the bottom. And obviously that's how come I've been able to set it just right. Obviously it depends on the float you're using for the distance and obviously your bait to know exactly where your fish may be sitting. Sorry, I'm yawning. Obviously, depending on the length of the actual leader itself, can obviously determine how much of a leader length you need, or how much length you need in your line. So that's why I've gone for 50. I think I've gone for the smallest one of the two leaders that I could have had. Like I said, I think mine's a 50. Come on. Come on, I want to get this one going down before that minute's up. Please. Don't do this to me. Because if I get you, just as that time has ended, I can't keep you. I can keep the points, but I can't keep you. Which I had you on a certain recording. I actually caught a trout. I brought it in, just about to hit the keep. Couldn't keep it. The points were there, but I couldn't keep the fish, and I was annoyed because it was a good amount of money. And I was not happy, because I caught it within the last few seconds. I was like, no. And this is going to do it to me here. You are going to be a pain. Please just take it. I just want one more fish. Come on, one more. Come on. See, it's doing it to me. It's doing it to me completely. It's not gonna. It's gonna take it after the event's over. Well, I'm gonna take you in and just get the experience and fish because I've already had you cast out. Go on, bite. Go on. Yeah, go on. I see you. Well, I don't actually see you. Yeah. Next catch. So even if I had this one on the hook, brought it in, it won't count. So let's see if I can get this one in before it goes over, or before it all ends. So I'll wait a few minutes for that. Come on, fish. You know, I'm not going to wait. Yeah. Not going to waste my bait on you, fish. I am not going to waste my bait on you. So, point-wise, I got 135, which is good. I probably got the heaviest fish, actually, to be honest, of them. So, I'm in it, first place. Hey! Might not be, because obviously, like I said, that person may just catch up and overtake. It's a possibility, not going to guarantee. So, obviously, I made enough money for my license. Actually, no, I made enough money for the boat and the entrance fee. That's a bonus straight away. So, boat and entrance fee is paid for. It's obviously I need the money for coming here and the license. So that's 3,900. So it's just going to end me there. So, whether I make it into, yeah, so that's the one I was on about with the insects. So it's 1 by 1 is the insects, and the odd bucks competition is the barber stuff. Anyway, like I say, first place at a minute. So what are they going to probably be using? Oh, they're level 14, so they will probably using omnial float. Elemental they won't count. So omnial float, I'm going to say pretty good. They probably had more of a fight in their hands than anything else. Let's see, what's their highest pike? What is the highest pike or pickerel they've had? 1.5. Yeah, I don't think they've caught pike either, or have they? No, they haven't caught pike. So hats off to Snuggle Dougal. Snuggly Doodly. No, he did pretty well. 8 and a load of 9s. Okay, Omnal. Quiver. That's a spinner. So 7.5, 6.5. Yes, it's a nice rod. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, they could be using better lure than what aligns. So they're heavy as a trophy. So they've probably got that from where? Emerald. That's my guess. No pike. I'm surprised they ain't quite. Oh, they have got a young pike. Okay, so they've done pretty well just for the location. And third person, start a float. I'm not going to judge. You know, I've used this float on that location, so you know, for what they're catching, especially as a starter gear, you know, hats off to them. And then they're level 9 player. You know, young Northern pike, grass pickerel. I'll be surprised if they caught a £2 with this one. You can get it. You can get a £2 grass pickerel in with this setup. It's just a bit of a fight, but you know, hats off to them for trying and actually giving it a go. You know, they may have entered in some other competitions, but hats off to them. But yeah, like I say, that's sort of that part. Anyway, so next time I'm on, you'll obviously you'll see where I get to. Even if I come in second place, it's still going to have paid for what I need. So obviously, like I said, I can't now do it because I'm too high. If I get that, that's paid obviously for my. Well, technically, any 3 of them would be nice because obviously it's paid for me traveling there and for the license. I shouldn't become in third place, because obviously if I do it, I'll be like really shocked. I will be very shocked. Second place, I'll be slightly upset with myself. But if I get the first place, I'll be really happy. Obviously, anyone who gets first place will be really happy because it's 10 bait coin. It pays more than enough for me to fish in that location. Obviously, there's no more missions for me to do at this location because obviously I've already done them. Unless I did that one. Unfortunately, I did bring my... But I didn't bring a spoon, did I? No, so I won't be doing that part of the missions, which I'll have to do at some point. And they've added another item. Interesting. Because I remember the casting. They've added braiding? What the... Very interesting. Okay. I wonder if that's on consoles as well. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I've never noticed that they've now added trophy braiding with their trophy stuff or mastering stuff. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to check on the console, see if they've added them in. Because if they have, that'd be good. Be interested to see what the trophy braid's actually like. Even the trophy fluoro. But again, guys, I use fluoro for everything, so trophy fluoro would probably be best for me. Yeah. Anyway, guys, like I say, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do hit that like button. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Obviously, it's not going to show how much we've made till we've left. Hopefully this video has helped you, especially you guys doing Emerald Lake for the first time. You know, I know how much these sport events can be really daunting to some person, well, to someone who's going there for the first time. You're not the only one. You know, I got told by people, oh, you don't need to do that because, you know, you need to be at this level, or there's no point. You know, if I'm able to go to that, I'm going to go to it. Turtle spoon, see, I'll leave that to some other time. But yeah, if you have a chance doing these sport events, you know, these amateur ones, like I say, guys, they might seem done. I'll never go and do that one, but I've got to do that at some point. Yeah, just try and do these. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do one on Mudwater Lake. You know, I'd love to do that one again. Again, insects. So I might be able to do that one, but I'd have to do the amateur ones for you guys. Like I say, I didn't do the Mudwater ones at all. I'm trying to see if there's the old bucks anywhere. Where is it? It's hiding itself. Yeah, the old bucks one, which is barbless terminal tackle. That means either the spinners or any of the hooks, as long as they're barbless. So I have to look out for that on Tuesday morning. Oh dear, may or may not be able to do that. It depends how far I get on the series or recordings for you guys, because obviously I'm going to try and get all this rest of the series done for December time, or before December. I'm going to try and get through the missions for you. If not, I'll do a couple more of the sport events and I'll release this a bit later on. Anyway, I'm dawdling because obviously, as you can see, I'm going around everywhere looking at all the things. Anyway, like I say, hopefully, I had to spin that. Yay, it's a globe, spin it. Whee! Anyway, oh dear, I'm nuts. Anyway, guys, like I say, hope you've enjoyed. And hopefully I'll see you guys on the lake some other time. If you have any questions, like I say, please do put them down in the comment section down below and I'll try and answer them as best as I can for you guys. I do apologise if I ramble or dawdle a bit on a few things. But like I say, I'll try and get some more videos done and hopefully I'll be able to explain things. But like I say, if you have any questions, please do ask, please, because I'm not going to bite your head off for it. You know, not like what some people do in these chats. They seem to bite people's heads off for stupid things, and that's weird. Anyway, like I say, I'll see you later, guys. Enjoy yourselves. Happy fishing, and cast straight and true. See you on the lakes. Bye for now.